Hey guys, Well King Kanji here today, and we've got a very special and kind of weird video for you guys discussing the controversial events that took part in episode 33 of Dragon Ball Super. And just a hint of what we're actually getting on about there, that was the bit where, and spoiler alert, if you haven't seen episode 33, we're about to get into it now. So there's your warning, a couple more seconds for a warning, because I didn't intend to put a warning, but a couple more seconds, and there you go. So we saw Frost beat Goku, and we're going to get into how that happened. But to help me speculate, I'm here with the amazing analysis artist Dimsy's Domain for this video. How you doing, man?
I'm fine, and it's great to be here, World King Kanji, on your planet.
You're on my planet where the gravity is just right. I've heard from a lot of people.
Perfect to train.
Yeah, it's just right. Like your cake isn't getting destroyed in your microwave. Who puts cake in a microwave?
Who the hell does that, man? You bake a cake in an oven.
Sorry, I was just, on my planet, this is what you do, you see. Everything's a bit backwards.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's culture shock, man. Yeah, everyone, I'm an idiot. Ignore that bit. Yeah, so it's late. It's like 10 minutes past midnight. Cut me some slack.
7 minutes past midnight, but yeah.
Wow, did you just correct me as minutes?
Yes, by the minutes, because that's how I live my life.
Nice. Precise. See, that's how precise his reviews are. Please, guys, check him out. But yeah, so, alright, so we've seen some pretty interesting theories as to what happened at the end of this. Now, before we get into our own personal theories, let's kind of scour the internet a little bit and see. I mean, have you seen any favourite theories that you want to just kind of debunk straight away?
Well, my favorite one personally is that Goku lost on purpose and he threw the fight. Now, we have to remember the Earth is at stake here, so there is kind of that sense of urgency. Although there hasn't been urgency or tension that has been built up adequately to show that, and also I don't think Goku really cares that much. However, we know he was serious. If you saw the fight, Goku was pummeling, battering, annihilating Frost in terms of no mercy. This was a guy who said, hey, I'm doing it for the kids. I'm a hero in my universe. So he's not fighting a villain. So he's showing no mercy at all. And when he became Super Saiyan, on top of his base form, which was strong as it is, he was being serious. And at that point, he was completely dominating Frost's final form, fourth form, whatever you may call it. And I think at that point, he was getting ready to eliminate him. So Goku did not lose on purpose. Now people are saying that he lost on purpose to fight Hit. That's if Goku is allowed to re-enter in Majin Buu's place.
Well, not only that, but he would have most likely to do that through the fight against Botamo.
Yeah, why didn't he throw the fight against Botamo? So that doesn't make sense. And yeah, people are saying that it's either he's trying to fight Hit, or he wants to observe Monaka's fight. Because I think we can agree that Frost is significantly weaker than Goku or Vegeta even.
Yeah, well, definitely.
By the way he got battered. So it's giving us an indication that these Universe 6 fighters aren't as strong as we initially thought. Maybe a Hit or Magetta, but then again, Magetta he doesn't look serious enough, does he?
No, he doesn't. And Kaba seemed surprised that Goku transformed at all.
So we can, by that logic, assume that Kabe doesn't transform into a Super Saiyan or a legendary Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan Blue in any form. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's just him mastering his ki in some other capacity. And another one which I'll just say before I pass it on to you is that people are saying that maybe Hit somehow affected him when he opened his eyes. What do you think, Welcome Kanji?
I mean,
do you think that opening his eyes is so overpowered that he made Goku become drowsy?
It's so funny when you just say it like out loud. I mean, no, I don't. I think that Hit is actually just looking at the fight, and when everyone exclaimed because Goku transformed, it kind of piqued his interest for a second. So what did he do? He opened his eyes.
Yeah.
I said to you off this video that I think, to be perfectly honest, if Hit was going to do something like that, why wouldn't he just wait for his own fight against Goku?
Agreed.
He would just wait until he had, a part in this fight. He's not going to do it to interfere in Frost's. He was less than bothered about the fact that Frost was fighting in the first place, so he's not going to do it to make Frost win. So no, I don't think that happened.
And why just Goku? Why not wait for and observe every other competitor, such as Vegeta and everyone else. Why
Exactly.
would you want to do it straight away on the first competitor? So, what other theories are there that you've seen tossed about on the net?
Well, this one's my personal favorite, was that Goku was poisoned by the egg that Champa gave him. Now,
4 years ago, 3 years ago.
yeah, exactly. So that's a pretty slow reaction. No, is basically
No.
the answer to that. I mean, also because Vegeta ate it as well. So if it was an exact, precise timing activated by that, then Vegeta would have collapsed as well. I don't really feel the egg had any significance to this outcome of the fight.
So a popular theory that's been put out there is that people are going more to the points that they're adapting the view that somehow Frost he poisoned Goku during the fight, and in that way he incapacitated him, made him drowsy or something like that. And it can be, he has some sort of evidence from the episode itself. We see certain characteristical marks on Frost. Where was it again? Was it above his wrist?
Yeah, they were just above his wrist, just above his hands.
From the actual fight itself, we see when they're fighting, there's a little purple spark. Now, there's a few stills which should be maybe up right now, or I'm sure you could see it throughout the video.
Oh, dude, you're thinking I'm going to edit this way more than I'm going to. I'm kidding, I will do it.
Well, that's me hoping. But you know what? I'll let you talk about the significance of those frames if you believe that it is actually the poisoning itself.
Okay.
Because
and then I'll pass it straight back to you because I know there's something you want to throw in there as well. So,
yeah, fair enough.
So basically, when it comes down to this, the frames that are circling the internet at the moment, due to the fact that they have been showed at this particular moment, anybody who understands about the way the animation industry has been working as far as Super has been going, I'm going to be putting up some videos about how the animation industry has been working throughout all of Dragon Ball Z as well as in Dragon Ball Super. But the thing that I want to mention at the moment is basically they get keyframe animators to animate important still frames, and then they pay the frame by frame animators, so the ones that kind of come in just to do the little bits that will only be on the screen for like a millisecond, they pay them less to do that. And what's interesting about this is that they have animated the still that we're on about with the closed fist and the open palm, and it looks like there's a bit of a spark going on to kind of symbolize something. They have put a lot of extra artwork and detail into that frame, and it looks like it would have been the animation supervisor of that particular episode that has done this still, which means they're trying to draw attention to it. And if you look at the other frames that have been done around that time, they are just in general frames with a bit of poor animation. Because of this, I feel like they're intending on using either this frame again for reference when they reveal what happened, or whether it's something in there to make you notice yourself. As to what, I'll hand that over to you.
Yeah, I'll just jump on the fact that if we don't notice ourselves, they try to make it ever more clear by having Jacko say, because remember, he's been established to be the guy that has very good eyesight and notices a lot of stuff.
Yes.
We see instantly after that blow, that punch, Jacko, it pans to Jacko, and Jacko that he notices something. So that has some sort of significance in that sense. Now, Frost has been touted to be a hero. He's the equivalent of Mr. Satan of Universe 6, because he's won the Peace Prize, the Nobel Peace Prize, pretty much, of Universe 6.
Everyone loves him, and he's been saving everyone.
He loves saving kids, and he's doing it for the kids, and he's participating to get Champa's assistance to help him spread peace amongst the universe. So he's a full-on hero. Therefore, he has everything to fight for. We know that Universe 6 and Universe 7 have counterparts. Now, I got a bit of a theory on this, which I'm not going to dwell on, but I do think that only the special ones have doppelgangers. For example, Whis has a counterpart of Vados, there's Beerus and Champa, and then there's Frieza and Frost. Now, we know that Frieza and King Cold are... Toriyama did say in an interview that they're anomalies or mutants amongst their race, and this could maybe suggest, once again, that only the special ones have counterparts, and that's why Goku and Vegeta do not have counterparts, because they transcended the limits through training. But if you're going to put everything in black and white, they're just normal Saiyans.
That's right, yeah.
Now, yeah, whereas Frieza and that makes you wonder, does King Cold have a counterpart? Well, he should. However, one thing that's been similar is that these counterparts so far within Whis, Vados, and Beerus and Champa have similar traits which they share, such as Whis and Vados both share that a similar demeanor in terms of how they act and how their personality is, and Beerus and Champa are they're very petty. They have a very petty nature. Now, what if Frieza and Frost both share the same trait that they would do absolutely anything to win? We know that Frieza was willing to blow up the Earth, kill Krillin in front of Goku, and he wants everything and anything to win. Frost, doing this, which if it allegedly is a poisoning technique or some sort of technique which incapacitates the opponent, it is pretty much a dirty technique,
Yes.
which ties into the fact that maybe he shares the same trait with Frieza. And if you want to compare him to like a Universe 6 overpowered version of Mr. Satan, he's willing to do underhanded things for the greater good. And he may tell the public or other people, "Hey, I've won in a noble way," but actually he did it in a bit of a sneaky
Underhanded way.
underhanded. But yeah, that's my thinking. But
No, definitely. I think it's a very good theory, and I think, I mean, when you break it down as well as you just have done, you can see why I called you the analytic artist at the beginning.
oh,
You
you
know.
flatter me.
Oh, I know.
You flatter me so much.
but no. So I mean, like, it is very much a very good theory. My theory, on the other hand, I'll be able to skip through quite quickly because it's not as in depth. And to be perfectly honest, when you compare it to the likes of yourselves, it's not quite as there's not as much going on, because originally when I watched this episode, I didn't notice the spark, I didn't notice the emphasis on the hand-to-hand combat, literally, pun intended, and I had just assumed that it was a telekinetic style move that we had seen similarly that Frieza had done to Krillin, which when you're unsuspecting of what is going to be happening, they have the ability to take control of your body to somewhat degree. We are very aware that whatever happened had much more power, significance over Goku, because Goku completely dominated Frost until then. And so whatever happened, Frost, it was like either a technique, it was either telekinetic, or it was either something that was like the poison that we'd been speculating about. But
See, the thing is, I'm going to because the poison one is like a more is snowballing right now, as in it's gaining a lot of momentum in terms of a theory. But I don't think it's poison. I think it's because like you, I didn't notice the holes or the little holes on Frost's wrist to as a means to discharge something. I don't think it's some third party liquid. I think it's just Frost manipulating his ki in a sense where he discharges it from those holes. And remember, Frost is touted to be the best hand-to-hand combat fighter in Universe 6. So if you're going to put something from those holes into Goku, what better way to have pure contact? So Frost can easily do that by having a few punches here and there. And Goku, we know that his problem is that he drops his guards too easily.
Yes.
Whether he's learnt it, we don't know. But at the same time, it's very easy. Goku is the perfect specimen to dupe with this technique, alleged technique.
yes,
So I think somehow Frost inserted his own ki into Goku, and this is assuming that the ki from different species, the ki from different individuals differ in a certain way. I said different a lot of times.
that's all right. It
Very
just
weird.
gets the point across. It's very different.
Yes, very, very different. But by manifesting Frost's ki into Goku's body, it disrupts Goku's ki flow, and now Goku and Vegeta's whole point is that they need to control the ki flow, and that's how they're going to become stronger, by not letting it leak. If Frost can somehow disrupt that, that will completely debilitate him, and that's where you can mention the fact that when Beerus defeated Piccolo with the chopsticks, he used pressure points. Yeah, the chopsticks. Oh my god!
He had to come
But the whole point of pressure points to incapacitate the opponent. What if this is like some sort of hybrid between a poisoning and some pressure point technique? And
Or Piccolo
Frost-
beware in the next episode.
but the next episode does look very, very interesting.
It does.
But that's pretty much, that's my theory, is that Frost discharged his own ki into Goku, disrupted Goku's whole mojo in some sense, whether it's some sort of virus or whatever. Not a heart virus. That's another
That's another one worth
thing
to
that people are
debunk.
saying.
Yes, definitely.
Yes, it's not a heart virus because it's a bit weird for it to suddenly happen. Although, if they really did want to write it in, they could easily write it in, can't they?
Yeah, I mean, he's already got sick with it once, I suppose, but
Out of nowhere.
yeah, I mean, I don't see it. I mean, like, it was a reason to give Trunks a reason to come back in that series. It was a way to give him a purpose to come back in time, because if it wasn't to save Goku's life, then there would have been no point to travel back in time. So, you know, that was the whole reason that was. Excuse me. I don't think we're going to see it have any relevance in future.
Let me pose a few questions to you in the sense that
Excuse me.
if it was Frost, if somehow Frost is responsible because he had a smirk when Goku went down, but when did Frost actually activate the debilitating the effects, the negative effects that Goku felt? When was it activated? Was it when Frost shook his hand? Was it during his first form when they were fighting, third form, or fourth form? Was it at that exact point where we saw the purple spark? When do you think it activated? Because I think it could be either two things. Frost put in the toxins or whatever, or his own ki into Goku while shaking the hand, and he may have activated it when Jacko noticed, or it could have all happened during the point where we see the purple spark.
Well, truth of the matter is, I think it was literally at that particular point. No pun intended again. I think it was literally when he hit his hand. But literally, if we're to sit here and break it down, the chances are it was... I'm sorry, I'm kind of going off on a tangent a little bit here to go back to what you were saying earlier. If Frost did actually use a dirty, underhanded tactic, and Jacko saw it, Jacko reports it, and then they go back and review the footage, there's a reason to give Goku a second chance later on because of a disqualification.
However, is it against the rules to use a third-party substance or some other thing?
Well, they said it followed the same rules as the Tenkaichi Budokais on the Earth, but obviously due to the fact that it's now a survival-based tournament, elimination rather, it's a bit different, I suppose. Either way, I would assume because fusion is banned that, you know, using these kind of things would be banned.
And then this is where it becomes important, where we distinguish, is it going to be a third-party liquid or some other foreign object or foreign version of his ki going into his body, and is that classed as a weapon or a poison? Is it classed as a weapon or poison or a technique? If it's a technique, you can't. I don't think...
No, if it's a technique, it should be completely allowed.
Whereas if it's some sort of a weapon or something else, that could be grounds for him to come back, yeah, and I completely agree with you on that.
Yeah, because, I mean, I hate to say it, but I only thought of that whilst we were talking. Yeah, so it was just one of those things that I just kind of thought, yeah, that's probably right then. Well, there you go. Maybe we did actually just answer the entire question in this video. But thank you very much for joining me, Dimsy. I've really enjoyed having you on the show. I hope to see you come back. I mean, you know, if it's not just making silly jokes about cake in microwaves, because I've suddenly remembered that you can actually do microwavable cakes in cups.
Yeah, but we want proper cakes. We want it to be baked nicely and have some quality to it. So we want to use an oven, yeah.
Yeah, you do want to use an oven. But just don't tell anybody on the planet this. It might give you a few funny looks. But thank you ever so much for coming on the show, Dimsy. Coming on the... You know what? Joining me.
Yeah.
Coming on the show. Good Lord.
Yes, it is a show, isn't it? You've become quite the host. You know, you have your own planet, you have your own show, you have your own channel. Come on, man.
Share some of it, I suppose, eh? Alright, man. Well, thank you again. Please, guys, do go and check out Dimsy, and we'll love to have him back in another video. And until then, please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to start training on World King Kanji's planet, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye! Bye.